Hello and welcome to Sestra-Tainment. I'm Lenora.
And I'm Dee.
I gotta go this way. And we are coming to you today in regards to everything entertainment. And so, sis, you were up first this week. What do you have?
Yes. So I have the BET Awards. So I want to go over that. They gave a lot of awards out. There were a lot of good performers. Cardi B performed. Don Toliver performed. Another young guy performed. I can't remember his name. They did a tribute to D'Angelo that was really good. Where they had a whole bunch of different artists. They had George Clinton on the stage.
I saw, yeah.
I was like, look at P-Funk up there doing his thing. Almost tripped over his dashiki or whatever his thing that he had.
I didn't see that part.
Yeah, he said, oh, I almost slipped. But yeah, and they had Ari Lennox, the artist Ray. She did excellent because a lot of people don't really know her. And now that she's more of a pop artist, poppy jazz kind of artist.
Mm-hmm.
Now that more of the Black community is getting to know her, she did a couple of things on that. And Duran Bernard, did a performance for D'Angelo. He had his Vanguard band that was there that performed, and I said P-Funk, and then also who was the last person? BJ the Chicago Kid.
I don't know BJ.
Yeah, BJ Chicago Kid. So they all performed for D'Angelo. They had a lot of awards given out. Drewski did a great job being the host because he is funny and hilarious. And they did some kind of like skits that he normally does. So he came in off the Raptors. Off the rafters,
like that pastor one that he did.
Like this pastor thing. So he's just, he still said, I got my Christian Louboutins or Louboutins on because I'm stepping in the blood of Jesus. He had a choir to the side, talking about different stuff, and then he was like, "All right, y'all got to stop because we ain't got that much time, and I don't got no money to pay y'all for all this." So it was just funny how he was doing that. He did go ahead and he talked to Keke Palmer. In the
clip, yeah. She was funny.
Yeah, because she was just like, "See, this is BET problem. I should have done this." And then she was like, "Let me take it from here." And then, introduce the next person.
And everybody seemed to love it in the audience.
Oh, absolutely. Because everybody loves Keke Palmer.
Yeah.
She's going to get the next Icon Award next year. She has to get it.
Or she'll be hosting next year, one or the other.
Too. But I feel like she should get the Icon Award. She got the podcast. She got, she's in all types of movies, TV shows. She got her albums out. She's been doing her thing. Her and Tiana Taylor, I feel like they are like Gemini twins. They're all in the same age bracket, and it's like I'm doing this like this, and you doing this like this. They do it different ways, but they do similar things, which I do love. But just to get into some of the awards that did go on. So Tiana Taylor got the Icon of the Year award.
Okay.
Which was given to her by her idol, which is Janet Jackson, which everybody went crazy when Janet Jackson came out. I don't even think when was the last time Janet Jackson was at the BET Award? Exactly.
I mean, that's what Tayana had said in one of the interviews that somebody was like, "Oh, Janet Jackson is here." And she was like, "Oh my God, do you think that's my surprise?"
Yeah.
That's my surprise because when was the last time Janet Jackson was at the awards?
Yeah, exactly. So she gave her the Icon of the Year award and then stood up there and told her that she won 3 more awards while she was there. So she also won Video Director of the Year. Because, she's choreographer and director for a lot of different artists. She got Best Actress for, what is that movie with, the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio.
And Sean Penn?
Yes. Can't think of the name of it, but yeah. And then she also got the Fashion Vanguard Award. So she got 4 awards that night, which I thought was amazing. They also gave
battle after another.
One battle after another. That's right. Let me see. For the Best New Artist, you got Olivia Dean, which a lot of people, you know who Olivia Dean is.
I do now.
She did really great. I think she does really good music. So she got an award. Album of the Year went to Clips, which Clips has not been in anything since last year when they did another album because they did split. Now you got Pusha T and Malice that are brothers. And then Malice decided to go towards the Christian way. He changed his name to No Malice and was doing like Christian, like I guess gospel rap and stuff like that, and was deep in his faith. And then they came back together. They did an album, and everybody was like, "Yo, that is the best duo ever." So they did get album of the year. Then they had Dr. Bobby Jones, his best gospel album, best gospel track, which was Headphones, had Lecrae, Killer Mike, and T.I., which Lecrae is an artist, but he is an inspirational artist. He's not really, he doesn't consider himself a gospel or a Christian artist.
Okay.
It's like, this is just me. He was like, because I don't curse and because I say uplifting things and because I talk about my relationship with God, everybody says that I'm like this. But he had it with two of the biggest rappers, with Killer Mike and T.I. You also have the Best Actor Award, which went to, of course, Michael B. Jordan.
Okay.
Yeah. You have the Young Stars Award, which I don't even know what the Young Stars Award, but I'm thinking that it's just younger people who do, I guess, inspirational type things and different vlogs and things like that. So that ended up being Jazzy's World TV.
Okay.
You have Best Movie Centers, of course, because you always got Michael B. Jordan. You have Sportswoman of the Year, which went to Asia Wilson. If it wasn't going to be Asia Wilson, then you know it was going to be if it wasn't going to be Asia Wilson, it was going to be Angel. Is it Angel? Yeah, Angel. I can't think of her last name.
Basketball player.
Yes. So I figured it was going to be one of them too. But yeah, Asia Wilson is doing big things. She got her own shoe and everything with the WNBA. She always, I think she got a statue. She's always like a positive person. She's the Michael Jordan
of women's basketball.
Yeah, because it's like, well, like the Michael Jordan, Steph Curry, the LeBron, you know, she is like, she's that person. It's like you give her the ball, she gonna make it. It don't matter what's around her or who's over top of her. She's making it. She's making plays.
And I was going to say it's Angel Reese. I couldn't remember her name.
Angel Reese, yes.
And it could have even gone, well, no, because that's later. So never mind. I was going to say to the tennis player who just won. But
Naomi Osaka.
Yeah, but no, that was after the awards. So.
Yeah, exactly. Then Sportsman of the Year went to Jaden Brunson from the New York Knicks.
Okay.
I wish he would cut his hair, but to each his own. Then you have Viewer's Choice Award, which is, I guess, the award that everybody likes the song and the music video. That was Burning Blue by Mariah the Scientist. Drewski got the Pulse Award.
Oh, so he's hosting and got an award.
Yeah, and the Pulse Award is basically, it was, I guess there's a bunch of influencers and people who are doing things.
Oh, okay.
You know, so, because it was like Charlemagne the God on there. It was 85 South on there. It was a whole bunch of different podcasters and things like that. But Drewski is doing big things because you got to think about it. He has like 2 TV shows that he did on like Zeus TV or something like that. Plus he's putting out skits. He's putting out posts all the time. And he's going around doing different things. So he's doing big things as well.
Yeah, he definitely is. And his name is coming up a lot in regards to different people's like their podcasts and them talking to comedians. And I was looking at a lot of people talking to comedians and asking them what they think about him.
Yeah.
And his style and his way of doing it and the controversy and all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, so he's definitely.
I would love for Drewski and Kev on stage to be big brother and little brother in a movie. That would be hilarious. Somebody please write that movie.
Okay.
That would be hilarious. You got the older brother who is, you know, married, kids, you know, deep in his faith and, you know, stuff like that. But then you got the younger brother who's like goofy, goofball, like kind of in the streets trying to, you know, do his vlog stuff, and then him trying to bring his older brother into it. So that it would be hilarious. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, they got the BET Her Award, which is the song Girl Get Up by Doechii and SZA, which I think they need to come out with an album because those are a great duo together. Well. You have the female R&B pop artist. The best female R&B and pop artist, which is Kehlani. She won for, I guess, mainly her towards the song "Folded" is the reason why.
Oh, yeah. Which you had to introduce me to because I didn't know.
Yeah.
About it.
Which she also got Video of the Year for "Folded."
Okay, got it.
You got best male R&B pop artist, which was Leon Thomas, which give it up for him. He was like a Nickelodeon or Disney kid and then followed his music career. Now he's doing big things. Best group was Clips. Like I told you, they already got Album of the Year. They also got best group, and they got best collab with Kendrick Lamar for their song Whips and Chains. I'm sorry, Chains and Whips.
No, okay.
Best male hip hop artist was Kendrick Lamar, of course, K-Dot.
Okay.
Best
what
female.
Did he come out with since him and Drake going back and forth?
Oh, he had an album after that.
Oh, okay. See,
album after that, a whole tour and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm completely out of the loop. Sorry.
But on top of that, the whole fact that during him and Drake's beef, he did a collab with, I think it was Amazon, where he went back to LA. He was in LA, did a whole stadium performance and had Bloods and Crips on the stage together, hanging out. So it was like he's the Michael Jackson of the Bloods.
Michael Jackson. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Of music now. Bringing together the Bloods and the Crips.
Exactly. Did I say best female artist was Cardi B? I don't think I said that. Best female hip hop artist, Cardi B, which of course she did an amazing performance when she did hers, because her performance was basically like her music video. I mean, not her music video, her tour. Her tour was like, they said that her tour was so elaborate and she was like making jokes and stuff like that. You know, she's still a funny person. She's not all serious and everything. So she gives the people what they want as far as her authentically being herself. Yeah. They did have T.I. that performed his song.
I did see that.
To open up. Yes. And so they got the Ultimate Icon Award that went to Sylvia Rhone, who is a activist, who is a huge activist. She did a lot of things for the Black community. And they did the Living Icon Award to Miss Lauryn Hill. Now, when they did this, the people that they had perform her songs. Okay, so you had one thing is I felt some type of way.
Okay.
Because my homegirl Doja Cat, that's my friend. That's my boo-boo, okay?
Okay.
She should not have done the song that she did because it was too low for her, and she was trying to bring it up, but you know Lauryn Hill's voice is lower than her, so
it was she's like, alto.
Yeah, so it was more of a I am just happy to be here. Like I'm happy to be nominated and I'm gonna do my very best. But I don't think she felt comfortable. She did do If I Ruled the World with Nas, and once Nas came on the stage, then she started to, open up some, but her voice was still too low, not her normal singing voice.
Okay.
But they did do great. You had Doechii and SZA who came up and they did doo-wop that thing. No, they didn't. I don't remember what they did. Then you had Rhapsody and Lizzo do doo-wop that thing.
They did that, right? I did see a clip of that.
Correct. You had the winner of, I think, The Voice. I think it was The Voice of America's Got Talent. She came and she did a song as well, which I didn't even know who she was.
Yeah, I don't know.
She did a song as well. You had Lauryn Hill's daughter, Soraya, who came and did a song and sung for her. She was like, "Mom, only for you."
Yeah,
and but I felt like because her other siblings are artists, are musical artists, her like Lauryn Hill was probably just like, "Baby, if like you have a beautiful voice, you just gotta, work on it. You just gotta do this." And she's probably like, "Mom, I'm not a singer." Maybe it might have made her feel bad, but because of the fact she stood up in front of millions and went ahead and sung to her mother, was beautiful. Cracky voice and all. I thought that was just a very, very beautiful moment.
Yeah, and that's all the comments that I saw in any video I saw of that. Nobody was like, "Oh my gosh, why did she get out there? Why can't Lauryn Hill's daughter sing like her?" Blah blah blah. Like nobody said anything negative. It was all positivity, which I thought was amazing. And
that is the thing.
She surprised. I can't even talk. She surprised her, right? Like Lauryn Hill did not know she was going to be that, right?
No clue. Yeah. So and then also both of her sons performed. And then, both of her sons performed. You had Common and Queen Latifah, who did Lost Ones. And who else was it? It was somebody else that I'm forgetting.
It was a good group, though.
It was absolutely amazing group. That's one thing. So Jill Scott actually was supposed to have come and done X Factor.
Oh, okay.
She was supposed to have sung that, but because she had some vocal issues and couldn't perform, Lauryn Hill said, I came up here because somebody said they couldn't perform tonight, and I wanted y'all to hear this song. I wanted to do this for you all.
So she sung her own song.
So she sung her own song to herself. Everybody's supposed to be singing songs to her. She flipped it around and sung the song to.
Well, but if you think about it, it's kind of genius because, yes, everybody is paying her homage, but she knows there are people in that crowd that were like, man, I never got to see a Lauryn Hill concert. I never got to hear her sing. I never, whatever. Some of them are younger. Some of them might have had to leave because she always late showing up for a concert.
No, she was there. She was there the entire time. Yeah, but
no. I'm saying, I know. I'm saying outside of this, I had waited 2 hours for her to show up for a concert once that I stayed at outdoors. Waited 2 hours, and then she sung the first 5 songs were songs nobody knew. Absolutely nobody knew. So people started leaving, and I was one of them. I was like, if she's just going to sing like artsy songs that nobody knows and can sing along with, I mean, yeah, it was great to watch her for 5 songs, but I waited 2 hours for you to get here because she's infamous for being late.
And I wonder if that might have been a copyright thing because she did have some issues with her label with the once she made the Miseducation.
I don't know. This was probably, close to now 8-9 years ago. Okay, so I'm not sure if that was the time frame that was happening, but then that should be known. Like, to me, it's like, if I'm buying tickets to go see her perform. Now, I will say when I was blown away by her performance, because I've seen her now twice, is when she came to the Essence Festival in 2022. And it was not known. Nobody knew she was coming. So I don't know if she was late or not. Because she was not on the bill. And her and Wyclef came on the stage for the very first time since the Fugees at that show. And I get goosebumps now just thinking about it because it was so epic. And they sung all the hits from the Fugees. She did her stuff. He did his stuff. And it was like 45 minutes unexpected of like bliss. And you were
That's
like,
awesome.
It was so amazing. And so, and her voice still sounds the same. She still sounds great.
Yeah.
She is one of those artists like Jill Scott that likes to switch it up. They don't like to sing it the exact same way every single time they sing it.
Yeah.
So they kind of like, pause a little more than they normally would, or speed it up a little, or slow it down a little, like they just do a little mix to it. So you can kind of sing along, but you're not, because it's almost like they're such artists. They don't want to be bored by singing their song the exact same way every time, because that's what people expect.
Correct. That's what I was saying. A lot of artists will do that because I've sung this, like I'm sure Jill Scott has sung the same songs from her Hidden Beach album. Who is Jill Scott? From, was it 1999 all the way up until now?
For 30 years.
I'm sure she's like, all right, we got to change this up.
Yeah, and you're creative. You're an artist and you're creative. The thing too is though, but the audience, are you doing the show for you or are you doing the show for the audience? Because the audience wants to hear the version that they know. So therefore, and I mean, I'm sure some people are okay with it mixing up a little bit, but I know people love to sing along, and Mary J, I think she's one of the ones that's been doing the same thing since the 80s, or early 90s, but she will not change it. Like she gets on that stage and she sings it the exact same way. And if she sings at all, because half the time she's holding the mic at everybody else for them to sing. But anyway, I do love the fact that they gave her flowers. And I thought that was really good that Lauryn Hill got recognized. So.
Yeah. So because she did X Factor and just surprised everybody with that. Like she literally got on stage and was like, look, I was supposed to do this, but I said because somebody backed out, I'm going to go ahead and sing this, because then they had to end up walking her award out, giving it to her while she was standing there at the mic after she just finished her song. And Ice Cube was like, we got to change this up a bit. So now I got to walk this back out to you, and gave it to her. Then he walked back off with it. And then she performed the song that she wanted to perform after her speech, which was Everything is Everything. Now, if you listen to her speech, it is long and drawn out, but she does have a good message. It was like she was kind of like, it was her trying her hardest. So you know when you have a preacher who preaches and then they say, all right, I'm about to close. And then they never close.
And like 5 minutes later.
So that's what she did. And I get why she did that. You know, how often does she have a platform to be able to do that, to be able to speak to the world? Like, I can understand you doing like festivals and things like that and being able to do it. But now this is a world stage that you were on. But basically she was just talking about how, in a sense, she was like, you have to do anything that's best for you. So she was like, but she was talking about, make sure that everything that you do is something that you want to do, and you're doing it not because the label is telling you to do it or the producers are telling you to do it. You have to do it this way for yourself. So she had mentioned, she said, everything that I have done for you all. She was like, I am still working right now behind the scenes to make sure that you all, and I think she's talking to the artists, that you all will be able to get your props and get everything that you deserve with this industry and things like that. So I thought that was a beautiful, but she did say, so after she finished her speech, then she sung what she was supposed to sing, Everything is Everything, which it starts off, I wrote these words for everyone who struggles in their youth. So her starting off her speech being like, look, I did this for all of y'all. I wrote every word in my album, I wrote for all of you all. And then she did Everything is Everything. So I thought that was great. That actually gives me chills how deep that was. But when she did that, when she did X Factor, it was amazing. Her little ad libs that she was doing, I thought it was great. When she did do X Factor, though, they were supposed, like, I guess because Jill Scott was supposed to do it and it was just supposed to be a small clip. No, she had the microphone like this, and then you see her, and she is directing her own performance.
That's what I was trying to figure out. Like, why does she keep turning around? Because some people in the comments after seeing that clip, they were like, she's talking to the guy on the mic, like, tell him to shut up. He's just saying stuff back. You know, like she would sing something and he would just be on the mic like the hype guy. Yeah. And I was like, she's not even looking at the hype guy. She's not talking to him. She's looking at the band or maybe the backup singers or something, but she's not looking at the hype guy.
She Kurt Franklin'd her own song.
I love it.
Because she sung, and then when they were about to switch it up, she turned and she put her hand out like this, and then they went back to the thing, and then she turned around like, I'm doing the entire song, and then turned back around and was singing, and then made sure that, like, she kept like responding to them like, hey, look, dude, make sure you do this, blah, 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 blah. Hey, watch this, turn this down, turn that up. It was amazing to see how she was able to do that just on the fly.
Right, like, I was going to say she had to almost do it because they didn't even expect her to be there.
Exactly. But I think that this was one of the best BET Awards that I have watched in God knows how long. It was a lot of great performances. And on top of it being great performances, I think it resonated a lot more with the older crowd that would watch it, while having Drewski on it to bring in the younger crowd.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
So I think that was really good because
a lot of 90s artists and different people from back in the day on here, but at the same time, the Drewski element is going to draw in the younger crowd, and of course, some of the artists that are new.
Yeah, and that's some of the artists that they had, definitely. So I just thought it was a really good BET Awards, and I'm like, the whole fact that Lauryn Hill made one album, and the entire world is like there's no other album other than The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Right. It's still people's favorite album after all these years, after 30 plus years. It's still people's favorite album. And it's almost like you don't know if she wanted to make more music, but just like an artist, like an author. I mean, they write a book. but then the pressure of writing, like Game of Thrones, we've been waiting for the next Game of Thrones since forever, like over 10 years. And yet he hasn't done it. But I think it's the pressure of trying to live up to what that, what the series has done to this point. But I'm wondering if she was always a one and done, because she's so artistic. I can't imagine that she's not always writing words.
I don't think that she was. I believe from what I remember hearing years and years ago, because that album came out 20, 30 years ago, that she had signed a contract for a certain amount of albums. She did her first album, but then they wanted her to do her next album a certain way. She was like, let me get my album out. And then they wanted her to do her album a certain way. She was just like, yeah, no, I'm good. Y'all got it.
Breach of contract. I'm just not doing it.
So then that way she couldn't make any more music, because conceptually she had to make music under this. So as long as she doesn't make any more music, then she don't have to worry about having to do anything with them. But the whole thing is that she don't ever have to make another song a day in her life. Ever.
Yeah. I mean, she's been living off of that album, really. I guess, what do you think? I hope that she had it set up as such that she got what she deserved from that album, because maybe that's also why she's fighting. Because did she get the amount? Does she have all of the royalties from the writing and the producing of it? Or did she do some of those things and then other people are getting their cut and the label is getting their cut and all of that kind of stuff? So
like that might have happened, and that's why she had to do her 8 months in prison.
Maybe
for the taxes, because like, you saying I got all this money, but I don't actually see the money. But it could be that they give you a money that you have to use, but then they also take off, oh wait, we had you on studio time for 16 hours this day and it was $1,000 an hour. It's right. It's like, so
that's true.
It could be so many other things that happen to it, but there is nobody, I don't know anyone else in this world who can make one album. And people are just like, the fact that you were like in your early 20s, it was an icon then, because it was just like, oh yeah, Lauryn Hill's gonna be here. What? Yeah. Get at it. What? Oh my God, I can't believe this. Like that.
Technically, I mean, Lauryn Hill by herself is one album too, when you count the Fugees. So she had other songs that she can even sing. Yeah,
I'm talking about for herself.
Yeah,
like for her to make an album.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. The only other albums that she had out was not even her album. It was MTV's album, and it was MTV Unplugged. And she just sat there with the guitar and sang songs. And that's probably the songs that you heard maybe while you were
watching her. Yeah, because it was very acoustic. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what it was. She had just the guitar and just her singing. And it was amazing because she has such a beautiful voice. But yeah, just, I don't know. It's just, for it's just one person who made an album so many years ago, and everybody is just like, yo, are you serious? Like this, just to be like in her presence, when you have the biggest stars be like, yo, what, Lauryn Hill?
I know. I watched Lizzo afterwards. She was like, oh my God, I just got to sing the song of my idol. I can't believe it. And she was just like, literally for me, my top three, and she said it was Lauryn Hill, it was Beyonce, and I forgot who the third person was, but it was a third person. Now, while she's saying all this, like, oh my God, I can't believe it, like this has been amazing, like she's just talking to the camera like a giddy little kid, and Queen Latifah's behind her, like and doing all that stuff, and then everybody in the comments was like, oh my God, and she's got a queen behind her that she's not even recognizing, but exactly. It's like it's cool, like, and just to know that so many people are like, ooh, and she's mysterious. That helps. Like the whole Beyonce mysteriousness of not being so readily available, not doing the interviews, not having the articles, not having, like you choose when you want to show up. You choose when you want to talk about stuff. And I think Lauryn Hill has always been that way too. Mm-hmm. And so that helps also, like that mystique, her, Maxwell, Beyonce, like you don't know nothing about these people. I mean, other than, what they want you to know.
Yeah. It was just like she made an album and then was like a magician, threw down some smoke, disappeared. And then throws down smoke and appears on stage and then rocks the place and then throws down smoke and disappears for 20 more years. It's so amazing. All right. And I don't think that there's ever going to be another person to make one album and it just lasts. It will be especially like the album of all. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
But yeah, that's what I had. The BET Awards. You can check them out on Paramount Plus, which now owns BET. So that's where you can check it out at.
Oh, I didn't realize that. All right. Yeah. Well, yeah. So I'm gonna hop in real quick for The Polygamist on Netflix.
That was my next one. Oh my God. I have everything.
This might be a two.
All of them. Let me tell you.
Okay, let me start. I know,
but I was like, what? Why?
Okay. For those of you who have no idea what The Polygamist is, okay, first and foremost, I did not necessarily, I saw a quick trailer about it. It wasn't the best trailer on it. It was just a trailer on it. And I was like, I don't know. So then my boyfriend texted me and he said, hey, are you watching The Polygamist? And I was like, no, not yet. And his response, which I was like, this is so stupid, but it's so him. It was GUUUUUURRRRRLLLLL. So it's like, girl.
Shout out to Terry.
I cracked up. Oh my gosh, I'm getting ready to laugh now. So, and normally I don't think he's funny, but that cracked me up. So anyway, long story short, shout out to her. So yeah, he was like, girl, you need to watch that. And I was like, okay. So then here I go. I press play. I start watching it. It starts off with Joyce, and it's a Zimbabwean collective of people. But they are saying that they're in South Africa. So I don't know what this is.
So I got this
story. The novel is based on Zimbabweans, but the show is based in South Africa. Is that
because so the author of the book is Sue Nyati.
Yes.
And she's from Zimbabwe.
Okay. Got
it. So she wrote it like that, but then I guess it's made in South Africa for, I guess, maybe Netflix.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. So Joyce is basically like, it starts with her over a casket of somebody. And she's basically talking to the person in the casket who's dead and is like, fussing them out and just basically saying that now, basically she's rid of them and that they were an MFer. And you're just like, okay, that's an interesting way to start a show. And so let me just give you a premise. Let me try to give an umbrella and then you can hop in if you like. But it's basically about, it starts off feeling like it's about a wife who is with a husband. They have 2 kids, the whole 9 yards. I'm not even going to go through the cast because I don't know any of the players of the cast. If you want to talk about them, you can. But and I feel like I'm going to mess up the names. So, but anyway, so basically, she finds out that while she is at the hospital giving birth to their 3rd child, that he has struck up an affair with someone. And it's devastating for her. And based on that, you kind of have a little backwards, forwards kind of situation where you realize, oh, well, how did he meet this woman that he's having the affair with? And how did this all happen? And then you're like, oh, okay. So this woman, she basically threw herself at him, like a better way of saying it, because it's so intricately crazy, but she was dating his brother. So as she's dating the brother and saying like, oh, I know you got a wife, so, whatevs, I'm here with you and you're helping me get this job and let me meet your brother and blah, blah, blah. So she meets the brother. Then she's like seductive. She bends over with a little booty out and she does this and she does, like just all these different things, with the tight skirt and all that. So that she's really interested in the brother who is the owner of the company. I forgot the company's name. J&J. And it's like a building company. So they build. And so, like construction. And so the 2 brothers work together. The one brother has the girlfriend. The other brother starts sleeping with the girlfriend. That's the affair situation that happens. And Joyce finds out about it. So a sister like me would be like, that's probably about it. I'm not interested. But not Joyce. Joyce is like, influencer, a content creator, and she's very much, excuse me, I don't know where this tickle is coming from. I'm just finally getting to talk, and now I got this tickle. But she has an influencer lifestyle. She's a brand ambassador for a company, all of these things. And she's all about her image. So she's like, no, we can't, break up. I can't make this a big deal. Instead, we already have a vow renewal ceremony planned for our 20-year vow renewal. Let's go ahead and continue with that. And he's like, why in the world would we continue with that? Like, it's a facade. It's not real. And I probably want a divorce. And I'm really in love with this other lady and all this other stuff. And Joyce isn't having it. So they do the vow renewal. And Jonas, the only thing I can say about him is he is, and I've used this word quite a few times on our podcast, but he's just diabolical. And from the perspective of, I am a person who everything needs to go my way. If it is not going my way, it's not my fault. I will gaslight you and I will make you feel it's like it's your fault, no matter what. You could catch me red-handed, and she did. And she did, like, to the point that you just like, what? Like you said, why? What? Like, what's going on? Like, it's the worst of the worst things that you could think of a person doing to a person. And this is what he does. And so the whole time you're just like, Joyce, leave. Joyce, go away. Joyce, like, just forget the situation. She doesn't really go. And the other part to it, though, is that it's just so many layers. And there's 4 different people. It's a lot of people involved. And I do like the fact that they go into everybody's story. So you know about the daughter's story, you know about the son's story a little bit, you know about the uncle story of the brother, you know about the story of the lady Matipa, who is the one who is the seductress, if you want to call her that, but the one who knew that I'm with one brother, but I'm wanting to try to get with the other brother. You have a sister-in-law, Essie, so you get part of her story. You get Jonas's story. You get Joyce's story. You get a young lady, LaDonnie's story. So there's all these different characters, and you're really finding out. They took time. It's 22 episodes and it is only like 30 minutes or less for each episode. So that's good, but it helps them to flesh out the stories, because at one point you're probably all the way to like episode 10 or 11 or something before you even realize why it's called a polygamist, like, or maybe right. Episode 8 or 9.
It's 8, yeah.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, this is why it's called the Polygamist. Like, now I get why it's called that. I did also find it interesting, like the way the cover art is when the show starts, is that it's a bird and a fish. And I was like, why in the world are they showing a bird and a fish? That's so weird. And then at one line in the script was where this girlfriend said, you and Jonas, talking to Joyce, are like, you know, like, you're a bird and he's a fish, but y'all are in love. So how does a bird and a fish have a relationship when they need to be in the water and you need to be in the sky? Like, it doesn't make sense. And then I was like, oh, that's why the cover art is that. And that is the kind of flow of everything. But it is wild. It is I don't know where her brain came up with these stories, but Jonas is a horrible, honestly. And I was talking to Terry about this after I watched it. Almost all of them are horrible. I don't know if there is a person in the show who doesn't have, everybody has flaws. Yes. Some have more major flaws than others, but I don't think there's one person that I could look at and be like, oh, this is an innocent, other than the kids. Like, you know, and by kids, I mean like babies. But like, other than that, I'm like, yeah, I could see why people think this about you. Or, oh, I could see why people hate you for that. Or, oh, I could see why you lied, but you shouldn't have lied. You know, what do you have to say about it? Because it's, and without giving stuff away, that's the hard part, because it's like each episode is a bomb drop almost.
Yeah. All right. So basically, and I agree, this one lady on YouTube was like, I'm baffled by this show because he don't look that good to have all this going for himself.
He is not attractive at all. And I told Terry, I said, he looks like a turtle.
Yeah, it's
every
just
time I saw him, I thought of that turtle that wears the glasses. I can't think of what the name of that turtle is that wears the glasses and looks really studious. And he doesn't have glasses, but he is absolutely not attractive. I have no idea why, but I mean, it's casting. So he was the one who could act it, and he acted it. Like, I believe it. If I saw him walking down the street, I would be mad at him. I'll just say that. I would just be mad at him.
Yeah, he's become the Malik Yoba.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And the Joe Jackson, or, what is it? Coleman Domingo. How people are like, I don't like that man because he played Joe Jackson too good.
Yeah, right. Like, everybody looking at Malik Yoba like, I can't believe you did that to Sheila. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
But all right. It was so after the first 3 episodes, I was like, I'm irritated with this, because this is probably really happening somewhere in the world.
Frustrating.
This is probably really happening. And for the fact that these women have given this man so much power over them.
Everybody has. Every single person in his life has.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, but like the mainly the women being like, I'm like, but it's like how you see a Tyler Perry movie. When you're just like, I'm tired of seeing this and this and that. Now I'm tired of watching this, where I'm watching all of these beautiful women who are just fighting over this one dude. What the best line that I heard in the show was when Joyce and Jonah's daughter asked the mother, like, I think she asked her, like, so, like, what would you do? Like, would you do this, like, with another man? Is this what you want me to have? Like, do you want me to
see this as an example of who I should be with?
Yeah. And then, the mother just going off about it. And then when she goes to the side chick, I was just like, what is it about him that makes 2 women want to fight like cats and dogs and children over him? And then the other lady's response is, the child needs to stay at his child's place. It's like,
nobody.
But she's the only adult that I've seen in this episode. Because she's literally, she has, like, the daughter, as far as I've seen so far, the daughter has been the only one with sense.
Yeah, the thing about the daughter for me is she has sense until she needs something. So it's like, oh, daddy, I don't like you. I know what you did to mom, blah, blah, blah. Then it's like, but then she's okay with her dad. And then she's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. And then she's back to hating her dad. Like, so she's more of a roller coaster. Her dad's her dad.
Yeah, but I feel like that's the roller coaster. It's like, my dad is still my dad, but this is like, I wish that he was the dad that I thought that he was, and now that I see the man that he is, it's pulling on her. She got a tug of war going with her. So, but yeah, I was like, she's the smart one. She was trying to wait to have sex with her boyfriend. She was like, no, I don't want to do all this, blah, 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 blah. She's making sure that, like, having fun and stuff like that, even hanging out with her friends and stuff like that, grabbing other friends and hanging out with them that don't have as much money, and be like, come on, we're going to do this. And she has the sense that she's talking, like, to the women. It's just like, you're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
What is the example you're making for me?
Of the people on the show, and there's probably a good, 10 characters, maybe, when you think about it. She is the one who is the least problematic. I'll put it that way. Like, she's the least problematic. And then, in my opinion, the uncle is the second least problematic.
No.
You haven't seen the whole thing yet.
From what I've seen, he's still a problem. I didn't say he allowed a lot of stuff to happen. Yeah,
I didn't say he wasn't a problem. I said he's the least problematic or one of the least problematic, because there's some problems. There's some problems that are going on. Now, what episode are you on?
I think like 15.
Okay, so what happened? I don't know what happened in that episode. Can you say something that doesn't give it away, or the last thing that you saw?
The christening.
The christening.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. All right. Of the baby.
The babies.
Babies. Right. Okay. Yes.
But I mean, like I cut it off on that. What I do is I watch some and then I'm like, this is pissing me off. And then I'm like trying to find something to watch on TV or have something on like while I'm like folding clothes or whatever while I'm doing something. I'm like, now I can't find anything. Let me go ahead and put this back on. And then something grabs me. I'm like, oh, okay, what happened? And I'm like,
yeah.
And then I get up and I walk away. And
it definitely will take you off. I binged it in 2 days. I was just like, oh my gosh. So then we know our mom loves to watch Africans on YouTube. She's following their journey. So there's people who are in Africa that post about them building houses or doing things for others and all of that. And you can send money, you can just, contribute and go in the comments and all of that. So she watches that. So I said, Mom, you have to watch this show. And she texted me last night and was like, Jonas is a mess.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And I was like, what episode are you on? And I think she was on like 11 or something like that. And I was like, okay, all right. I said, yeah, you got some fun stuff coming ahead of you. And she was like, really? Mm-hmm. And I was like, yep. It's some stuff. So yeah, it keeps going. Now there are twists, there are turns, there are things that it's a long game. Like they aren't like just, oh, you get an inkling of something and then all of a sudden it's like, bam, here's the answer. It's more like, oh, okay, I'm starting to pick up on a thing, or you might not even pick up on it at all. Like one of the parts at the end, I picked up on as soon as it was happening. But when I talked to Terry, he was like, oh no, I didn't know until it was revealed that that's what it was. And I was like, oh, okay. So, but for me, I was like, I knew it. I knew it from the jump. Like, that's just, kind of what my mindset was. But yeah, so it's about mostly adultery, but it's about a lot because like we're just gonna have to talk about this after because there's some stuff that I am just like the gaslighting of him or the narcissistic personality of him, that let's just say someone had a gun on him quickly, like just quick gun, and dropped it when they saw him. Like they freaked out and they were like, oh, and his narcissistic behind goes, oh my gosh, you're about to kill yourself. The gun was pointed at you.
Yeah.
You paid attention. You would have known that this gun was pointed at you.
Yeah.
So why in the world are you now twisting this around and saying, oh, how could you do this? My heart, like, how would you ever want to pull, to take yourself away from me and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like,
it's brainwashing.
The gaslighting. It's one of those things that I just said, when you have politicians who will say something that is the opposite of the truth and they constantly say it so much that they believe it, I think Jonas would probably pass a polygraph. Like if he literally had to sit down and have a polygraph and they were like, are you a good person? Are you someone who, is great for your family and is a family man and, great, da, 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 da. I think he would be like, absolutely. Yes, I am 100%. No doubt about it. And probably pass because in his mind, in his narcissistic mind, he is. And he's been doing it his whole life. He has twisted, he's manipulated, he's shifted things around to make what's untrue true and make you feel bad about it. Like make you feel like you're the reason why he does what he does over and 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 over again. It's ridiculous. But
I'll tell you something. Money talks. That's all I gotta say. Money talks. Money is the main. If he didn't have this money, if it wasn't for the person that had his back in his teenage years, if it wasn't for that, it would not be the man that he is now.
Yeah, 100%.
And once he got the money, then he was just like, I can do anything. I'm invincible. I have money. I can just buy it. I just pay for it. It's fine. I want them to shut up. Give them money. They'll shut up.
Yeah.
And then if they don't shut up and they want to open their mouths, I'll just pay them some more. That's fine. It's like a bill. Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous. But and in a lot of instances, it wasn't even about the money, though. I mean, some things it was about the money, but some things it was just purely about the manipulation. Yeah. And if I hear my love, my love, my love, my love, oh, my love, my heart, my love, like everything for them was like, my love, my love. And you're like, you all in this moment can't stand each other. And yet you're like, my love, oh, my love, you are my heart, my soul, my moon, and my stars. And I'm just like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. But I absolutely loved it. And almost to the point that I think I might even watch a couple of episodes again to see if I might have missed something.
Okay. Yeah. Once I finish this, because I mean, like I told you, some episodes I walked away. And I was like, I'm going to go wash dishes and it's just going to be playing in the living room. I can hear it, but I ain't got to see it. If it's something that good want to hear, then I'll come back and look. But I don't think that I'll go back and watch this again. And now it is very good. It's written very good. Everything is amazing. But for me, it's like I can't imagine that there is somebody out there in this world that's like this, and I can't imagine that there are people with the self-esteem so low as to go through this.
Oh yeah, because that's really what it is. It's all about low and poor self-esteem and just wanting to be chosen.
Yeah, and I can't do that.
I know it. Oh, you know me. You know me. It ticked me off to no end. I was just like, this guy, like, what in the world? You look like a turtle. All these people fighting over you, fawning over you, the whole 9 yards. And then, like, why? Why? I mean, yes, some of it's money, but like, it's just a mess. And then, I can't even talk about that. So anyway, I'll just leave it at that because we'll have to talk.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
But anyway, so that's The Polygamist. It's on Netflix. And I would say for me personally, it is like on a scale of 1 to 10, I would absolutely at least give it a 9. I'm deducting a point because of the fact that it ticked me off so much. But that's good because that does mean it's good acting, good everything. And everybody that I know that has watched it has talked about it. And even Kevin on stage, I don't know if you saw his recap. Don't watch his recap, anybody. If you want to watch it,
spoiler alert.
Do not watch the recap. He tells you the whole thing. Everything. It's all spoilers and tells you the whole thing. And like he was trying to get it done in 3 minutes. I think it took him longer than that. But yeah, it's whoo. It was a lot though. But anyway, all right. On that note, what you got, sis? We got about 7 minutes.
So for my last thing, quickly, I want to talk about Little Brother.
Oh, okay.
Brother. It's on Netflix. The cast is John Cena playing Rudd Landy. You have Eric Andre, which a lot of people know him as he's just like that quirky kind of like Comedy Central comedian who's like always on shows, light-skinned dude. But he plays Marcus Pinchel. You got Michelle Monaghan, who plays Deirdre Landy, who is Rudd's wife, so it's John Cena's wife. John Cena's brother is Christopher Maloney, who is Josh Landy. You have Sherry Cola.
SBU. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Stabler.
Yeah. You have Sherry Cola, who plays Mia, and she is the assistant to Rudd, who is John Cena's character. You also have Ego Nwendum, and she plays Lenore, who is I think she's like a producer for a reality TV show about millionaire real estate. Yes. You also have Caleb Heron, which I love him. He is hilarious. He plays Ollie, who's another producer. You have Bryce Haysar, who plays Corey Landy, and Pilot Bunch, who plays Shane Landy. Now, these are two brothers who are the kids of Deirdre and Rudd. So those are the main characters. Now, basically what this is about is John Cena's character Rudd is a real estate agent, has a great company, but he's in the shadows of his older brother, who is a multimillionaire, who is played by the guy Christopher Maloney, who's Josh. He's in his shadow, and he gets an invitation to be part of a reality TV show that's like, you know how they have those real estate TV shows where people are going around, it's like, and I do such and such to make sure you get all your money on your closing costs or whatever. So he's trying out for this show. Now, as he's trying out for the show, he's like stressing out about it, but he's trying to make sure he's doing good. His assistant is trying to help him out with it as much as possible, but he has a guy who is his little brother. And I'll explain to you the little brother thing. The little brother is, when he was in high school, he wanted to get into a good college. So what he did was he applied to be a big brother for like community service for somebody. And the one kid was Eric Andre's character, which is Marcus. So this, like, Marcus was maybe 10, 11 years old. And Rudd is there, and he's like showing him how to play basketball and stuff like that. But it made Rudd feel good to have a little brother that he can actually, he's like, I want somebody that I can actually care about. So I'm going to go ahead and like show my love and affection and be a real big brother to him, because my big brother treats me like crap. So he's always been like, my big brother does all of this, and I want him to be like cool with me and everything. But my little big brother picks on me. He treats me like crap, and I don't want to be around him. So that's why he's in the shadow. He's always been in the shadow since he was like young. So with John Cena having two sons, he has one son who is the quiet, polite type, which is like Rudd's character, like John Cena's character. And then he has the other one who's the outgoing jock, who is like the Josh, which is the other character. Mm-hmm. So the whole time he's like, look, both of y'all are brothers, and y'all only have each other, so y'all have to love each other. And you don't do this, and you don't steal his girlfriend, and you don't blah, 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 blah. He's just like, okay, Dad, I'm sorry. And then like the quiet one goes away, and then he talks to the louder one, the more jockish one. He's like, look, give your brother a leg up, like help him out. Like, don't pick on him because other people are picking on him. You're his brother. Don't do that. So they have this whole dynamic going on with them. Now, when it comes to John Cena wanting to have, he actually hears about his brother, his older brother, putting up his $1 million home for sale. And he was just like, so you weren't going to get your baby brother, like your little brother, to go ahead and do it for you? And he's just like, oh yeah, you want this listing? Okay, yeah, we can talk about it. Now, in the midst of all of this happening, Marcus's character, being the little brother, has emailed Rudd his entire life, giving him all the information. But the Mia, his assistant, has been responding. Yes. So now Marcus in his head thinks that this guy is like really like my brother.
Still like my brother, right?
Yeah. No. So I think one of the responses that Mia put was, if you're ever in New York, look me up. We can hang out. Marcus took that as an invitation because Marcus is not all there. Let me tell you what Marcus has been doing. Marcus had like some kind of breakdown or something like that, and he decides to live in a mental asylum.
Okay.
Wellness center.
Okay.
But he shares a room with a guy who talks to a rock and has put a face and everything on a rock, and explains to Marcus how she's a patient and caring lover.
Okay.
Yeah. So Marcus is like, oh, my brother, like he said, if I'm ever in New York, he was like, that's an invitation. I'm gonna go see him. So he goes to New York, and as he's going to New York, he actually ends up getting in an accident. So now he tells the hospital, and you don't see all of this, but anyway, Rudd gets a call that says your brother's in the hospital. He's like, oh my God, no, not Josh. Gets to the hospital, pulls back the curtain. It's Marcus, and he's like, who is this guy? I don't know him. Like, I have no idea what's going on with this guy. Then you come to find out how all of that plays out. Now that
I did see that part in the trailer.
Yeah.
I saw that part in the trailer.
So now the wife is like, well, he has nowhere to go. He can go ahead and stay with us. And Rudd's like, I don't know this man. It was like, he knows everything about us. Like, and he's you're his big brother. Like, he was like, that was a program I did just to get into good colleges. And he was just like, well, it made an impact on him. So with us being able to help somebody, let's help him. But now Rudd and his wife are having some marital issues. So what does Marcus do? He comes in as a therapist and tells the wife to do some different things to him in order to help get him to be pleased and to relieve the stress from him. And it does work. It does tend to work. But another thing that happens is Marcus is actually a part of Rudd's life where Rudd is overthinking stuff. Marcus is just there doing crazy stuff, doing his own thing. And the network loves it. His family loves it. He like his wife loves it. The two sons, they love him being around. His brother, his real brother Josh, is like, hey, this guy's a hoot. I love him. Bring him on over. He's funny. He's lighthearted. He's the life of the party. So now Rudd is trying to tell him, look, you gotta step it down some. You can't make it to where you're getting all that the action. I am going for the show. They only want him for the show because Marcus is part of it.
Wow.
So it unfolds and goes down a couple of different things, and then you end up finding out. It ends up, being something sweet and kind-hearted, but you end up finding out what happens in the end. So
okay,
nice, cute movie. Not really a family movie, but it is like a good little couples movie to watch or something like that. Or, it's just a funny movie to watch.
Okay.
Not necessarily for you to do it with for any reason. You just want something funny to watch? That's definitely what you should watch. So, yeah.
All right. And the name of it again?
Little Brother, and it is on Netflix.
All right. Excellent. Well, I was just going to say really quick, since our last episode, Clive Davis passed away. And so I wanted to share information in regards to that, just because we try to hit, all the entertainment. So Clive was 94 years old. He passed away from being hospitalized for like some upper respiratory thing. So I don't know if it was pneumonia or something to that effect. He worked with Columbia Records, Arista, and J Records. He worked in the 1960s and 70s with people like Janis Joplin, Bruce Springsteen, Santana, Billy Joel, Aerosmith, Chicago, Pink Floyd, Earth, Wind & Fire. And then once it got to about the, 70s, 80s, 90s, he was with, of course, Whitney Houston, discovered her in a way and brought her to the world with her calling her the voice. Aretha Franklin, he worked with Barry Manilow. Barry Manilow was talking about how they always argued. Clive would bring him a song. He would hate the song. He would rearrange the song. Him and Clive would agree on it. He would record the song. Clive would bring him a song. He hated the song. He would rearrange the song, so he just said that was like their whole back and forth situation. You had Patti Smith, Kenny G, Dionne Warwick. And then when he was in the 2000s with J Records, he ended up doing more like R&B and I guess pop R&B, but he was with Alicia Keys, Kelly Clarkson, Jennifer Hudson, and Maroon 5. So a lot of different groups and acts and people that he worked with throughout his career. He actually ended up creating the Clive Davis School of Music that is at NYU. And so funny enough, that's exactly where I spoke in March of this year with the Clive Davis School of Music students. And it was kind of the TISC school, but also included the Clive Davis School of Music. So the associate dean from that school was someone I got to meet, Mr. Nick. And and he was like, oh yeah, me and Clive, we talk all the time, all of those types of things. So a little bit of a connection there. But awesome. Clive was one of those people that some people really loved him. Like Alicia Keys had amazing, wonderful things to say about him. But then you have other people who were like, yeah, I didn't get paid right. And him and Kelly Clarkson had drama and just a lot of different things that, you like we were talking about before with Lauryn Hill, her wanting to make sure that people are getting what their due is. And sometimes these record labels, these executives, they take more than their share of the cut, being that they are not the artists. They're the people who are promoting the artists. But at the same time, you know, the artists sometimes are left holding the bag. So love him or hate him, Clive Davis did pass away at the age of 94. So I just wanted to share that information. And on that note, anything else you have, sis?
No.
All right. So then we are done with this week's episode of Sestra-Tainment. I hope everybody has a great rest of your day and week, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye. Bye.